It is time for Art with Mrs. M. Are you ready? I am an artist.
I am an artist.
I am creative.
I am creative.
I make mistakes.
I make mistakes.
But mistakes are great.
But mistakes are great.
Because they help us learn.
Because they help us learn.
So if you make a mistake, are you going to stomp your feet and pout? No. Are you going to flip your paper over and solve the problem? Yes. Maybe flip your paper over, maybe draw it again, maybe erase it. There's so many ways to solve a problem. Don't forget. Now we're going to meet a new artist today, and his name is Geoff Slater. That's a pretty cool name. He is a watercolor and acrylic artist who paints images of the land and sea that surround him in his home in New Brunswick, Canada. His specialty is line painting. He paints one continuous line starting in one spot and maybe goes up and down and over, and he continues going until the entire piece of paper is filled. Look at this amazing flower picture. He also has his house by the ocean. He loves the sea. So let's be inspired by this amazing artist who challenges himself every day to create with one continuous line. He says, my line paintings are painted using one continuous line with a beginning and an ending. Although it changes color, the line never touches or crosses itself. So if I'm staring at this ocean and down in the corner, can you see how it starts over there? It doesn't mean that he's just drawing one skinny little line, but he's going thick and thin, and then he goes back and forth, and he fills up the entire ocean with one continuous line that then leads into the boats, into the sky. It never touches. So did I say scribble, scribble, scribble one line all over your paper? Nope, that's not the challenge. Did I say make one line that never crosses over? Yes, but you can change colors. So look at this artist. Look at Geoff. I cannot believe how concentrated he is. He is looking at his canvas. He is slowly going. I bet this painting would take a really long time to make. I don't know how long, but I bet it would take a really long time. So we are going to start a challenge just like Geoff. On the right, maybe that's your right, there is a flower, and he actually drew this flower. I want you to draw a very simple flower. Now, I gave you a couple other options. It could be a tulip, it could be a rose, but I want you to keep it very simple. You can see how his flower has a circle, ovals, and has a curved line for the leaves. So keep it simple. Let's see how Mrs. M does on a simple flower. All right, I am going to just use black to draw with, and I'm going to start at the bottom. Actually, why did I start at the bottom? But I've already started, so I'm not going to stop. I'm going to see what happens. I feel like I've already made a mistake. Have you already started something and then feel like, oh, that wasn't right? Now, did I just learn from that? Yes, but I'm going to keep going and see what happens. I'm going to try to do a very basic flower with petals and see why I don't like that I did my stem first. Okay, I'm learning. And I think that I need to start again. I am going to erase. Now, if that happens to you, you could flip your paper over. You could start again. All right, let's try this again. I'm going to start this time with the center of the flower, a circle. I'm going to do the stem after. Then I'm going to add the petals. One. And I'm going to do ovals for my petals. And maybe I won't even be able to fit on a stem perfectly, and that's okay. It does not have to look just like our artist, of course, because we all make art differently. Okay, that was kind of a wild petal, but I'm going to leave it. Then I'm going to go down for my stem, and I want to add in a leaf, and I'm going to add another leaf. All right, that is what I'm going to try. I'm going to try this basic shape. Let's see the steps that come next. So after you draw your simple shape, then you're going to start with whatever color you want. He started with green, and he goes up into the petal, and he goes back and forth. Look at step number 2. Never crossing, never overlapping, but continuing that line. Look at how he fills in the red petal, and he goes all the way around the petals. And then he comes down, fills in the middle, comes down, and ends the stem. Okay, this is definitely an art challenge. I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to start with green, and I'm going to try one continuous line. I'm going to go up. Okay, now what am I going to do? Maybe down? Oh boy, this is totally a challenge. Okay, now I'm going to go to the petal. I'm going to fill in my petal. I'm still on one line. I'm doing all right. Okay, I got to go outside my lines, and I'm going to stop. Now I'm going to go to red, and I'm going to go up, and I'm going to start doing my petals. One line. I'm going to go to the next one. One line. Ooh, now I'm kind of getting it. I'm not, ooh, that one touched, but that's okay. Mistakes are great because I'm definitely learning. This artist really must take his time and concentrate for a long time. Okay, this is kind of fun to do that one line going around. Now, I'm using Seesaw to draw, so of course I cannot make my lines thicker or thinner, but you definitely will be able to. I'm going to try the inside. I'm still at this line, so I'm finding where I started. I started down here. I went up. I went all the way around on my petals. Now I'm on the inside, and I landed right here, and I'm going to try to fill this in. What can I do? Go around and around. Yep. All right. I am definitely not our artist, Mr. Artist Slater. That's his last name, Slater. So I'm going to have to do more than one line. I am going to fill in this petal, and that might happen to you where you just can't do the entire thing with one line, like one long spaghetti noodle. Instead, I had to pick up and I just had to fill in the petal with one line. So now I think I want to do something with my background, and I'm going to keep going with the line that goes all the way around my background, and I'm going to kind of trace my shape with one line. So I'm definitely experimenting as an artist. I have been inspired by our artist, Geoff Slater, but I am not doing it exactly like he did it, but I am being inspired by his work. And I'm having a great time too. I am for sure following the rule that I am not crossing over. I am going around with a line. Okay. And I'm going to fill in my entire artwork. So I went for it, and I think it looks pretty cool. Now, I have another challenge for you. If you would like to try a different simple object, you could do that. What if you drew a heart, and then you took one line, and you went around and around the heart with one continuous line? That might be kind of cool. And then maybe you switch colors and go around the outside with a color. That would be fun. So the challenge today is to be inspired by our artist, Geoff Slater, and try. Now, I did not meet that challenge. I could not do one continuous line. I did have to pick up my pencil or pick up the Seesaw marker and start in a new spot. And for me, that's okay because I'm inspired by this amazing artist who definitely challenges himself every single day. So once again, start with a simple object. You can do a flower, and if you feel like, oh, I think I'm ready for the bigger challenge, you could draw a different simple object and go for it with that. But it has to be one line, can be different colors. Oh, I just said one line. It has to be a line that does not cross over or overlap, no scribbles, and it has to grow, 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 and try to fill in your entire paper with lines. All right, good luck with this week's challenge. I can't wait to see your amazing work.